Hey, this is Dawn with New Dawn Exercise Therapy, and today I want to talk to you about tight hamstrings. How do you know you have tight hamstrings? What does it feel like? How do you make it better? How does it just make your life better if we can get them more flexible and a little bit stronger as well? Well, first of all, hamstrings are the big muscle group in the back of your thigh, and their main role is to bend your knee, all right? And they also help control when you're bending forward. Those hamstrings can get tight and they can be weak. We don't use them a lot. Usually when we're walking forward, which we do a lot of, we're working the front of our legs and the front of our hips. But the hamstrings, you gotta be a little more intentional about getting them strong. So if they're tight, and we're gonna talk about a stretch in a moment that you can do. If they're tight, they're gonna mess with your lower back. The reason is the hamstrings, they kind of attach a little bit higher up into the pelvis. And that affects how your pelvis tilts, and that affects your lower back. So if they're tight, they most likely are going to affect your lower back at some point in time. So we must keep them flexible. We've also got to keep them strong. Believe it or not, that's going to affect the health of your knee. Now, if the hamstrings are weak, we're going to rely on the ligaments in the knee to keep your knee stable. But if the hamstrings are stronger, they're going to be the first line that helps pull your lower leg back when you're maybe going to rely on the ligaments and maybe tear a ligament. That hamstring is going to say, nope, I'm going to pull that knee back. I'm going to rely on the muscles instead of the ligaments. So hopefully that just gives you a healthier knee. How do we get them stronger and more flexible? Well, the good news is there's one exercise that does both of them. It's called a straight leg deadlift, and I'm gonna grab some dumbbells. This is probably my favorite hamstring exercise of all time. The way we do it is we take our feet about shoulder width apart, just hold the weights in front of me. And what I'm gonna do is bend forward at my hips, I hinge at my hips. Notice how straight my legs and my back are. Right there, I feel a stretch in my hamstrings. And then those muscles bring me back up. Now let's talk about form. We want more weight in the heels right there. We're pushing our hips back, the knees are straight. No rounding in your back or shoulders, okay? If you round, you're gonna get hurt. So right now, here's the stretch in the hamstrings that we want. And here's the contraction in the hamstring muscles where we get stronger, okay? So again, straight leg deadlifts. I love those a lot. Put those into your leg workout at least a couple times a week. I'm talking at least 3 sets, maybe about 12 reps of each. Only go down to the point where you feel a comfortable stretch. It should not start to sting. It should not start to hurt. And again, a hinge at the hips, no rounding, stick out that chest, okay? Stretching, strengthening, all in the same exercise. You're good to go. Stick with those. Have a great day. I will see you again soon.